Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Oh, what have I done, guys? So I sold the Steve Howvey Les Paul, right? So that got some money back my way. So I went and made the biggest purchase of my life outside of my house. That's right, this purchase is actually more expensive than buying a car. And we're just going to start with that one right here, because we've got a couple of other fun things, but I think you guys have all been curious. What could it possibly be that would be that expensive? And the fact that it's a brand new guitar, that should give you a little bit of a hint, because there's been very few guitars that would cost quite that much that have been released recently. But when this thing got announced, I just knew somehow, some way, I would have to find a way. Because nobody else is gonna make a video about this. It's kind of like that whole slash double neck situation. Even though a few other dealers did end up putting a small little demo online, it wasn't the same, and hey, we actually discovered something really strange on that custom shop guitar. But is this one Gibson? Is it Fender? I don't know. Let's see if we can even get it out. Wow, that's just stuck in there. They really packed this super well. Usually you just get the one foamer on the top. I think we're gonna have to open this one the way that it's intended to be. Well, I think you guys know now it's from Gibson. This is completely factory sealed, never been opened. But what could it be that is just so ridiculously expensive? Even Gibson took a little bit of extra care to pack it. This is kind of an interesting new thing. Oh yeah, I can smell the Gibson custom shop. The custom shops have a very distinct smell to them, and I think it comes down to their cases, because this smells exactly like the slash double neck. I'll be honest, not really digging the case. It's got that shininess to it. It reminds me of like a cheap $50 case. But when you look around the edges, that's when it kind of gets that lift-in look. The Tony Iommi Monkey SG. There it is. And you'll notice, I bought a left-handed. I spent $20,000 on a guitar I cannot even play. Oh man, so unfortunately for this review and demo, I'll be able to teach you the history about this guitar, but as far as, you know, actually stringing it up to be able to be playing it, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do much for that on this one. But I did a lot of soul searching here, and I was like, which one should I realistically buy? The left-handed or the right-handed? Because I think a die-hard collector is going to go for the left-handed version because that's what Tony plays. They just made the righties just in case somebody actually wanted to purchase one of these to play. But you know, looking at this first thing, I think they did a little bit better of an aging job on this one as compared to the other. What number did I get? They did 25 of these. Nice! Number, is that 24 or is it 20? I'm not sure. But that's signed by Tony himself and then hand numbered by him. But the finish checking on the neck, that actually looks pretty good to me. But this is basically just a replica reissue of his original famous guitar that he birthed metal with. And it's got those special pickups in here, but we're going to do the full review and demo. I'm thinking maybe Saturday on this one, because it's a special guitar and I need to get it listed to find its next forever home. But you get a whole bunch of fun stuff in here, even an additional monkey decal. Oh, sweet, it is number 24. It has a little bit of a special vibe. You either want the first one or you want the last one, and this is like the second to last. That's kind of cool in my opinion. But I'm seeing a couple of other really cool features here that I can't wait to talk to you guys about. But now that we got the Big Daddy out of the way, don't click out. There's still a couple of really cool guitars in here, but we have a sponsored unboxing from Orange. That's right, Orange Amplification. They sent their new bass amplifier head to me. It's called the Little Bass Thing. So if you play bass and you watch my channel, you actually have the chance to win this exact unit. I'll sign it for you if that's something that you're interested in. But you can check out all the rules and details in the description. Essentially, you just have to like, comment, and subscribe. and a few other things, and I will announce the winner when I do the Tony Franklin fretless signature bass guitar review. And that'll probably be in about a month or so, but that is when I will choose the winner of this nice little solid state bass amp. Apparently, these things are like sold out everywhere because a lot of bass players are enjoying them. Now, I'm not much of a bass player. I mean, I do occasionally do some cool bass reviews when they really speak to me, but Orange asked me to unbox their new product here and just kind of tell you guys a little bit about it. So it looks like as far as packaging goes, it's definitely secured in here very well. And what they were trying to do was create a bass head that was lightweight and portable, but yet it would still do everything you want it to do. So from what I was reading up online, this does not have like any built-in gain or anything. It's just supposed to like respond well for pedals and things like that. It weighs like 3.5, 4 pounds, so it's definitely very portable. But as far as features here, they use these symbols because Orange sells their amps all over the world. So not everybody speaks English, and instead of having different iterations here, they just kind of do those little symbols. So it looks like we have something along the lines of volume, and then compression. And then you've got your treble, mids, and bass controls right here. And if you have an active bass, you can switch this on and that'll prevent any of that peaking happening directly into it. Looks like you turn your power on here, you plug it in there. You've got 2 speaker outputs, you've got a built-in effects loop, and you actually have a direct out on this thing. That's probably what I'm going to use when I do the demo of that fretless bass through this guy. So if you're in the market for a nice little compact bass amp that does a lot of stuff, definitely check out the Orange little bass thing. And, you know, it kind of stinks that I have to give this thing away because I don't actually have a nice bass amp. But hey, at least I have it for that review, right? Next up here, we have a used guitar. I know I've been doing a lot of new guitars. You know, it's just kind of fun checking out the new stuff because that seems to be what a lot of people are searching for. So if I can give them unbiased reviews of the new products instead of just dealers talking about them, I view that as a win. But this is a model that, you know, I've kind of talked about it in some Rock or Not episodes, but not necessarily this model. And it's one I constantly get messages about, so this one just happened to show up on Reverb. I was very comfortable buying this guitar. Oh man, this stuff reminds me of working at a supermarket. I get a lot of people go, oh, nice Walmart box cutter. Alright guys, these things are the universal cutter for pretty much every single retail chain store in America, maybe even worldwide. As soon as you let go, the knife actually disappears, so you don't have to worry about cutting yourself, and that's why they've just become the industry standard. I have never worked at Walmart. I actually worked at kind of a regional mom and pop thing. I started my days there as the carry-out guy and just kind of worked my way up to being a produce manager. If you haven't seen this episode, I made a really cool guitar display that actually made it to the 2nd place National Idaho Potato Display Contest. That was a fun time. Now don't freak out, I didn't actually have those guitars on display when like people were in the store. That was like at like 4:30 in the morning or something. Let's go ahead and get this open. Now, honestly, I'm really impressed that this guy took this much effort into packing this thing. Because I was a little bit leery of this seller because he was brand new. I think his shop description said, I'm selling this guitar and then I'm going out of business. I think he was just doing that to show that he wasn't like a dealer or anything. But here we go. Guitar of the Month, 2008. This is one of the ones that was more interesting. We've since talked about guitars that do a very similar thing, but I have not yet done a full review and demo of the Gibson iteration. Ladies and gentlemen, the Les Paul push tone. Okay, that wasn't supposed to come off. So the gimmick for this guitar is the fact that you can actually have multiple different pickups in here. You know, it's kind of got the high performance series no pickup rings. This way predates those things. So this is a 2008 guitar, whereas the high performance started in 2016. I think it was 2018 when they did that. You can almost see that Mojave fade finish out of this if you do a little bit of a brown burst there. But on the back here, I think you're just supposed to be able to unscrew those and then screw something else back in. And they included a few different pickup sets. And it's just based on a quick connect system. It looks like we got the Rhythm and Lead Pro. There were also demo model guitars that I did the wiring episode on. And those ones came with like 7 or 8 different pickup sets because they were meant to be, you know, in-store display models that people got to play to try out the pickups to sell them. But I figured, you know, one of these days I would have to find one of these guitars and do the demo. That is a beautiful top. It just kind of reminds me of a over-glorified Les Paul Studio, though. But it sells for the price of like a brand new Les Paul Standard. And to end our unboxing fun today, one last lonely guitar. Nothing crazily special in this one, but I think you guys might enjoy it. We've actually already done one of these guitars before, but I thought, we might as well do another one, because who doesn't love a video of a guitar that I've already done? Especially if it's a Gibson guitar. All nice and packed up in here and everything. Once again, awesome job packing it. This looks really cool now that I opened it this way, just all this foam stuff. I'd be curious how much these foam strips cost. It's probably only worth it if you're actually paying somebody to pack these guitars though, because if you know how to use bubble wrap properly, that stuff's pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and open this guy up here too. Uh-oh. Did they send me 2 of them? I wasn't supposed to get 2. Yeah, I think they sent me 2 of them, but why does this one have a strap attached? Yeah, I'm gonna confess I have a problem. I could not make up my mind. I really couldn't. I could not do the Tony Iommi SG and buy a left-handed one, even though that's the more correct one, and not be able to demo it for you guys. Because that's part of the special features of the guitar, is the fact that it's got those special pickups. So I went ahead and bought the left-handed and the right-handed, and that is why it is the most expensive purchase I've ever done. $40,000 for, you know, just a recreation of the Monkey SG. But, you know, now that I've actually seen these things in person, I'm glad I did, but only time will tell if this was a good money investment for me. But here you can see it the wrong way around this time. But, you know, for the lefties, I think I will hold the left-handed guitar during the review and demo, but I'll play the right-handed one. I don't think there's really any reason for me to tear apart both of them, but I guess if you guys are interested in that, I could. I mean, it's just pickups. But here's what I'm most curious. Am I gonna get a matching set? Because I've been following these things on Reverb. The right-handed ones sell instantly. So I think I'm actually wrong in my assumption that true collectors want the left-handed versions, because it's the right-handed ones that are impossible to find. The only one at the time of recording that I can find for sale is on Reverb, and they want $28,000 for it because it's like number 3. So brand new, not having to pay a scalper's price, right-handed, I think you're out of luck. So I think I'll do okay on this one. The left-handed ones, there's a couple of them on the market. But here is the big moment. What number? 14. Cool. Or is it 10? Tony. Yeah, I think that's a 14 based off of his other one. That's what makes no sense to me. So Gibson sold these as sets to dealers. And this was the Musician's Friend Guitar Center set. They only got one. But since they sold them to dealers in sets, I thought that meant, you know, each dealer would get like 14 and 14, 13, 13, 25, 25, 1, 1. But no. And you know what's really strange? What was that? Whoa. It looks like my pickup fell out of the spring. Hopefully nothing else got damaged there. Interesting. So if you are one of those rich collector guys and unfortunately you're unable to find these Monkey SGs, I will be posting these for sale, right as soon as here, just to, try to find the buyer, but I plan to do the full review and demo this weekend. Oh, and just one last fun thing. Maybe everybody could tag Tony Iommi. I think it would be awesome if he would do the intro for my video. I'd send him an Instagram message, but I'm sure he never checks those things. But wouldn't that be cool to have Tony greet you at the beginning of this episode saying, "Welcome back, troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information." Today, we're discussing the Monkey SG. And I've only got one guitar to pack up here today. This is one that took a lot longer to sell than I thought. It technically hasn't been paid for yet, but I get good vibes from this guy. He'll come through with payment. Tomorrow is, I think, when he said he'd pay. He's just waiting for his paycheck. This is the Super 400 Les Paul Custom. Essentially, it was a limited edition run in 1991. They made black and white ones. I do want to find a white one because I think that would be really cool. But besides being a limited edition thing, the only thing that makes it special is the inlays. And in my opinion, that makes it special enough. I'd used this in my Spark amp demo, and a lot of the comments were like, "What's that guitar? What's that guitar?" So definitely check out this full review and demo to learn all the nitty-gritty details. Kind of a fun story. A guy wanted to purchase this one because it just happened to be his son's exact birth date and birth year. And I would have loved for it to go to him, but he wanted to pay $2,000. It's sorry, I cannot do that. I would love to work with you, so I gave him a nice price, but it just didn't end up working. But it's found another home now, so let's go ahead and get it packed up. Thank you, troglodytes, for tuning into this unboxing episode. I hope you enjoyed seeing those monkeys and all the other guitars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.